Xposure 365, and I have with me today Davy, right? Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And so we're here today to talk about Couture, which is your clothing line, very popular clothing line. Get the product placement in.
CoutureCouture.com, everybody.
That way, as CJ says. Tell me what inspired. Was there a defining moment that inspired the start of the label?
I mean, you know, I'm a cannabis connoisseur, so I love the weed community. I indulge in marijuana myself, you know, in legal forms, like the cannabis cup. But you know, I just wanted to add my own flavor to it. I wanted to, you know, add a way that people can, you know, advocate the community, but not necessarily have to be judged from it. You know. Make them wear something that represents the weed community, but not just be so tacky and obvious with it. Be able to wear the clothes in a public setting and have people interested in the quality and design of it, and not necessarily just put you off as oh look, that shirt has a whole bunch of weed leaves on it. You know, it's taboo. So I wanted to kind of get around the taboo part of it, but still represent the weed community in the best way that I can. And you know, getting into it, doing a little bit of research and looking around, it seems that, you know, mostly all of the clothing that are in the weed community or the cannabis community, they're a little monotonous and redundant. They just place the weed leaf on their clothing, or they put a woman that's nude in the clothes. And they just didn't have any creativity. I wanted to grasp or get the attention of more than just people who are stoners, who are the typical stoners. I wanted professional people, corporate people, to be able to like my clothes, not just because it represented the cannabis community, but because the quality and design is there. So like if you look at my logo, it's not necessarily a weed plant. It's not just a leaf. It actually, you know, draws interest because yeah, it's green, and the company name is Couture, but it's not necessarily just a marijuana plant. So if I put that on a shirt, people wouldn't necessarily just say, oh, you know, that's a weed plant. You know what I'm saying? We don't allow that in here. So now automatically my clothes could get into places that normally weed clothes wouldn't be able to, but we represent the same thing.
So let's talk about the types of clothing that you offer with Couture. I know you have t-shirts. I've seen the Letterman jackets. What else? What other articles of clothing do you offer?
Well, we're supposed to be doing a spring fashion show coming up later on this year, in a couple of months, I would say. We're shooting for April, actually trying to do Earth Day, which would, you know, kind of tie into everything with, you know, marijuana and it being natural and stuff like that. But we right now, you know, clothing is you need a lot of capital to do clothing really well. So we're staying with t-shirts, sweaters. We have Letterman jackets, which is a prototype right now. Our shirts aren't just, you know, regular t-shirts. We have, you know, quality-based t-shirts that we, you know, have our logos and designs printed on. And also, each article is sold in both genders. So if you're a woman and you order a t-shirt or a sweater from us, it's actually a female t-shirt or a female sweater cut for females. It's not just one size fit all. So, you know, we try to make sure everybody feels like we're taking the time out to make them, you know, feel special. Like we're not just throwing them under the same bus.
From the design standpoint and from the you know, the actual producing of the line, tell us about some of the misconceptions that you think people have about that.
Well, a lot of times, you know, people create clothing lines and the first thing they don't do is trademark their company. So, you know, a misconception would be that everybody does have their stuff trademarked when that's not the case at all. Yeah.
And you might want to do that first.
Right.
It's always a good piece of advice and a starting point, y'all. Please do that first.
Yes, you know, knowledge is power. So that's one of the first things you want to do is trademark your logo and your likeness, because then you're protected. If someone steals it, you know, you can either, you know, submit a cease and desist, or you can have a lawyer sue them for the profit that they made.
How's business been so far?
You know, I can't complain, But then again, I can. Everybody wants to be a millionaire off their business. So far, we've relaunched the clothing line because it actually started in 2009, but I had a little bit of problem with one of my partners that I took, so I bought him out and had to go back to the LLC and my tax ID numbers and get them redone over to make sure everything's in my name and my partner's name not on there. So it's been doing okay. We're averaging about 1,000 a month since we started, which is in January of this year. So it hasn't been that much time that's passed since we've relaunched, but $1,000 is kind of cool for a startup company. Of course we want to be in six figures or be a millionaire. Really, the aim is to do the same numbers that Fubu did. You know what I mean? But I think that it's more possible to do it because we're not just pitching to one demographic. Anybody can wear our clothes.
You said that everybody doesn't need to indulge or be a connoisseur in order to enjoy the clothing. So who is your ideal customer? Like, who are you trying to target?
Well, my ideal demographic or customer base would be everybody that does indulge in marijuana, who do smoke, which, typically people would say that mostly everybody in the world smokes nowadays, about 75% of the world. Or, you know what I mean? Or if they don't, they eat edibles. Or or even kids who suffer from cerebral palsy or seizures.
Yeah, medical marijuana.
Medical marijuana. It doesn't necessarily have to be smokable marijuana. It can be CBDs, because we're still getting the medicinal characteristics that we need out of the weed. And there's no matter if you use the CBDs or you use it for medicinal use, you're still getting it from these three categories of sativa, indica, or hybrid. So I just love the fact that that's one of our main points of our clothing line is to just, if we get those three categories, we basically encompass everything about marijuana. So our target would be everybody that indulges in marijuana, from it be recreational to it be medical. And then not only that, like I was telling you earlier about it being, classy and not distasteful or monotonous with just putting weed everywhere. A couple of my friends work in the professional field, corporate, and they've worn a shirt around their office on like dress down days. And a lot of the guys, they don't know anything about weed and they just like the quality of the shirt. So I want to get the people who indulge in marijuana, both recreational and medical wise, and also the people who just like quality things that look like creativity was placed in it.
So let's talk about the shirt you have on.
That's a good talking point. This is actually a concept shirt that me and my partner, Paris Customs.
Tuck in the chain so we can see the shirt.
Me and my friend Paris Customs, my partner actually, he's the creative director, COO, creative operating officer, to be politically correct. This is, Kush obviously represents our company, and also it's one of the top strains that are being used and crossbred with a lot of marijuanas nowadays. So like OG Kush is one of the top strains mixed with everything right now. So, we put Kush on the shirt and we put a $ to represent, some form of finance or capitalism, because we know that good marijuana costs. It's not free.
So I've heard.
But then more importantly, for us to make everyone feel involved, we put the picture of states on there, and especially for it to be legal states, so like California, Washington, Colorado, Las Vegas. If the people in those states feel like they can have their own form of personality,
representation.
Yes, they can. They can rep their state, and it be Kush.
Tell us about what more we can expect from you and Kush Couture.
Well, right now, like I said, we want to perfect our two-step. We're not trying to necessarily stay the same though. So, every opportunity me and my partner have, Paris Customs, we try to, stay fresh and create something. We have so much opportunity and ability to take this thing. It's endless. It's Kush Couture. So we can pretty much go anywhere with this as we want. So we just want to, perfect what we're doing right now and grow on that. I'll offer more products. Like we have the phone cases, which is in addition to, you know, the clothes that we have. Maybe we can branch out and do, you know, little things like lighters or grinders and stuff like that.
How do people find out more about you and Kush Couture? Give us the social media, websites, all of that good stuff.
Okay, well, you know, IG would probably be more personal. Our IG is Kush Couture. That's pretty much it. That's the name of our IG, is Kush Couture. And, you know, luckily that's the same thing with our clothing line. So if you want to see products for purchase, you just go to kushcouture.com. But if you want to see our customers living our brand and, you know, also me and my partner living our brand, you go to our Instagram account and you can see more of our clothes in action. People on it, customers giving feedback. And you know, we're ingrained in the weed community now, or the cannabis community, however you want to name it. So the Instagram will probably be more personal. You get to see comments from other people. You get to see our interactions with people who are in the cannabis community and who aren't. So that gives you, you know, a broad spectrum of how to view us from a business standpoint and from a personal standpoint.
Okay. So, last words to everyone watching.
Don't just like our stuff. Go ahead and buy it on kushcouture.com. And you know, thank you as always. We're always appreciative for, you know, anybody spending $1 or even taking the time to you know, like our stuff or don't like it. You know, give us constructive criticism. And you know, whatever you're trying to do in this world, just make sure you go about it the right way. And you know, weather the storm. It's gonna be hard at first, but you know, just try to stay consistent and show love and be professional, and you know, things will start to fall in place.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.